Students, we are practicing our isometric drawing skills. You should have a sheet like this in front of you. These isometric blocks, this is obviously not a very good photographic printout of these isometric blocks, but if you look closely, you can actually figure out how many blocks belong in each of the surfaces. So what you should do is, before you even sketch these out, go through and just give yourself a moment of counting the blocks. So for example, number 1, along this top surface there's 1, 2, 3. This height right here is 1, 2, 3, 4. The depth is 1, 2, 3, and so on. And then you're going to get a sheet of isometric paper, and you're going to draw each of those blocks. You're going to fit as many as you can on each sheet of isometric paper. So you can see in my example here, block 1 is here, block 2 is here, block 3 is here. And you can take a moment to pause the video so you can see how these are being drawn. Okay, so if you unpause, you'll see, I can see, since I've been doing this forever, I can see how many blocks are in these without having to go through and mark out the number of blocks. So if you can do that, that's awesome. It's safer to number the blocks or go ahead and add the tick marks so that you can see how many blocks are. So for example, on number 4 here, along the top we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So it's 5 in length here, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4 in height. So you can see on mine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be drawing these isometric block practice examples. There are 24 of them. They're worth 5 points each, so this is worth a lot of points. And you'll be using about 2 to 3 or 4 isometric sheets of paper to get all of these onto your isometric paper and get that practice in. For this video lesson, I've already drawn 1 to 6 off camera. I'm going to draw 7 right here so you can see my thought process and listen to me if you need that. So for number 7, that's going to go right here. And what I always do is, let me just go ahead and mark off that the length here is 4 units. What I do is I always draw the top surface so I know I'm going to be able to fit everything. So this is what I do. So I know there's these 4 corners. I'm going to find a spot right here, and I'm going to dot out this top corner. So this dot right here is this dot right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count downward and put those 2 dots in those 2 corners on my isometric paper. Using my ruler, always use a ruler. Going to outline that top surface. And then I'm just go around the perimeter. This is going down 1, so dot that down. This is going over 2, 1, 2. I'm going to just finish this top surface here, so that's 1 by 2. And I'm going to just keep my ruler in the same parallel angle and then move it to close up that top surface. Okay. So that top surface is here, this top surface is here. Now let me do this side right here. That's going down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just going to move over and draw the other edge. Finish out the bottom. And then I can keep moving on. This length of this line is 3, so 1, 2, 3. Line up the ruler. Draw my line. Connect this corner with this line. And then finish these 2 surfaces. So this is 1, 2, so that's why I did 1, 2. Connect the corner with this line. And finish this surface right here. Just like that. That's number 7. I'm going to number it. Number 7 And then I'm going to take a moment to shade only this surface right here, these sides, just to give it some depth, make it look a little bit more realistic. Okay, so that's kind of my process. It might be a little fast, but you can pause and play the video, go back and see how I did that. And again, the most important thing for you at this stage is to block out the blocks, count the units, transfer the units here, put the dots down. That's super helpful for me. So that's what I would do. So for number 8, this one it's really kind of difficult to see. So I'm gonna line up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to just keep transferring these lines up. So the top right here is 4 units long. So here you would draw your 4-unit surface and then keep going around the perimeter. Okay. If you get stuck, ask for help. You should have this worksheet now and a couple sheets of isometric paper, and that's what we'll be working on for this lesson.